Mr. Crawford, the therapist will see you now.
The therapy session has begun. Your truth. In the moments of my weakness and madness, I want to destroy everything I've worked to build. Those inner thoughts shout so loud. Speaking of all my wrongs, all the times I made the wrong decisions, or I made a decision from a place of fear over faith. By no means am I perfect, and I have done my wrongs. With all the above being said, my truth feeds me and not my fears. In my heart and in my soul, I know what I choose to ink about and speak about holds value. That I'm not crazy. Well, maybe a little. You have to be if you want to move from faith and not fear. To hear those screams of your ego, but still be still to the whispers of your soul is what you focus on. To be afraid, but still move. To be unready, but still ready. To do what is asked of only you to do. I stopped asking why me and replaced it with thank you, Most High, for making me this way. Most may not agree or even care what I have to say, but to those who hear me and move by faith, please know I will not stop till what I see in my mind to be my life. Standing on stage and speaking of faith and the will to live on. Even when everything around you is crumbling, you stand there and you pick up what you can and you build, create, write, speak, and live your truth. Because it all looks so beautiful when we do. Good night to you all. May tomorrow be the day you find your truth. I found mine. Now it's time to live it and not just be a dream and not just dream about it. Feel blessed, be blessed, and stay blessed. Now, this particular therapy session is a really, and I'm just now coming back to and reading again. And it's a beautiful thing when you stumble across something that you created that reminds you of how imperfect but perfect you truly are. Because even in the moments where you get things wrong, you still have a chance to get things right. And it's like I said before, it's through therapy sessions that you come to realize and understand who and what you are. That you no longer sit back and wait for someone to agree or give you confirmation or permission to be anything more than what you actually are. That is your truth. That's what makes you beautiful. When you stop wasting time and waiting for someone to give you permission to be great. Because greatness is something that comes only through a lot of inner work where you understand that you deserve more, that you dream about and you think about things that make you understand. There's a deeper level of what's already there in your life, but you have to take time to understand your truth and doing the things that's asked of only you to do, that you move by faith and nothing else. And it can be hard at times because it can be quite lonely when you move by faith because everyone around you may not actually understand you for who you are, so therefore you can't always tell who you are to everyone because they ain't gonna get it. So you got to find a way to still move on, be around folks, but still understand to speak that, to talk that ish when you're around the right folks. There's no point in telling all of your secrets to a deaf man. It's kind of the same concept of trying to show yourself to someone that can't see beyond what you actually already are. No matter how much you speak, they're still going to see you in the aspect of what you were instead of what you're trying to become. So only by taking time to find your truth will you be able to actually become what you're trying to become. To no longer sit here or sit around and wait for someone to give you confirmation. And that's what I think one of the hardest hurdles to get over is wanting that confirmation. Because a lot of things that actually make us grow, no one other than yourself is going to applaud you for those things. No one. That's a hard pill to swallow because by human nature, we want confirmation. The ego needs confirmation, so you got to move beyond your ego and simply get to a state in a space where you no longer wait for validation from anyone. You simply do what you feel you need to do for you. And that's when life really becomes beautiful. That's when you actually step out of your comfort zone and become something more than you've ever been. Because no matter where you stand in life right now, you can still be more than that. But it's only by finding a deeper level of the truth that you've already come to understand that you will actually grow. It's only by fighting and moving by faith and faith in self. You can sit up here and believe in God all day long, but if you don't believe in the faith in you, then everything that is inside of you will never have a chance to come out. Everything that God put in you, or the universe, whichever way you want to look at it, whatever was placed in you at birth can never come out if you're not willing to have that faith and that confidence to know that what's inside of you is there for a reason and it needs to come out. It's the only way for your light, your inner light, to come out to the point and it just shines and blinds everyone. Not because you got fancy things. No, it's because of your energy. Your energy is what makes people gravitate towards you. Your energy is what makes people think that you're rich because of your energy. It takes time to develop a certain level of energy. It takes discipline to be able to give off a certain type of energy to the point to where you don't even have to even speak. People know what your energy level is automatically because they feel it upon meeting you without one single word being spoken. That's your truth. That energy, that's your truth. And it's only when you sit back and take time to have a therapy session and you start going back and remembering all the times you got things right over times you got things wrong. You start remembering all the beauty that you created, even amongst the most craziest times of your life. You still found a way to make something beautiful happen out of that moment. That's your truth. It's a beautiful thing when you take time to simply sit back and understand your truth. That you break free from all the normality of life and you understand there's something more to you than just what's presented before everyone else. There's more to you than even you know if you don't take time to find and dig deep and get into your truth. Your truth is your true essence of who you really are. The soul of you can only be found when you actually take time to dig inside. If you stop looking outside of yourself for validation for anything, fancy clothes, you know, whatever it may be, having lots of money, you know what I'm saying? Those are all outside validations. Until you can actually feel rich on the inside without having any of those things, will you ever be able to obtain those things? Because if you place your value of what you are on your job, on your relationships, on anything outside of yourself, then you're being fooled. Because the minute anything outside of yourself takes away that validation, you're right back to square one. So then what? You have to take time to dig inside of yourself, to look inside of yourself, sit down and sit with yourself. Just you, no sound, no outside distractions, just you looking yourself in the mirror of life and asking yourself the hard questions in order to be able to find what your actual truth is. Your truth. No one else's. Your truth. It's a beautiful thing when you sit back and you actually take time. You know what I'm saying? You sit back on that therapy couch. You sit back and have that therapy session with yourself because you are your greatest therapist. You know what I'm saying? No one outside you can tell you anything better, more about you than you. So you are your greatest therapist. But the hard part is actually listening to the things that you're saying to yourself and not stay stuck in the normal routine of things that you've been going through, moving from a space of ego. As long as you move from a space of ego, then you will never really find your truth. Ego only does what is comfortable to ego, what it's used to. Anything new, no matter what it is, the ego is not used to it, so it's not going to want to replay it because it's uncomfortable. It's something different. It's something new. The ego's not going to want to do that. But the soul will stand up and say, oh, "It's about time you finally came. You came home. I've been waiting for you. And now that you're here, let's sit back on this couch. Just have a little therapy session. You know, talk about your truth. You know what I'm saying? Get you to understand your truth. No one else's. Just yours. Just yours. Your truth. It's a beautiful thing when you do that. You actually take time to sit back on the couch and find your truth. Thank you for making this way. Most High. Thank you.